Hello Sonic fans, I'm OCDsaster and this is OCDsaster Blue, my Sonic exclusive channel where everything we do here is Sonic related, so if that sounds like something your speed, consider subscribing and checking out some other videos after this one. In today's video, I wanted to go over Sonic CrossWorlds yet another time. I've been doing a lot of grinding online, but not recording, streaming, anything like that. And I've realized that I've really improved since I started playing the game when it released in September. So as I'm showing some footage of my matches, I would love for you guys to let me know down in the comments how your Sonic Racing CrossWorlds journeys have been going, how quickly you ranked up, what rank you're currently at, and what's the goal rank you're trying to get to. At first, I was going in as a casual player, not really caring about my rank, just going in, having fun, testing out other gadgets, vehicles, and characters. But now that I've played the game a tremendous amount, I've really started to focus on not necessarily the competitive scene, but just a personal goal of getting to the legend status. For a while, I thought this goal was going to be impossible, given that I'm technically not that great at racing games, and at Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, I always placed in the 5th, 6th kind of percentile, and I stayed at the B tier level rank for a very long time online. But then one day, I was thrown into a lobby of all legend ranked players, and I was the only one that wasn't a legend rank, and I was really nervous. But then I placed in the top 4. This kind of motivated me to keep going and trying to increase my rank and still have fun with the game. That's important, but there was actually a tangible goal in my eyes now because I was able to play with the better of the players. Now, I know the ranking system in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds isn't the most intuitive thing. They make it quite simple. Now, I know becoming a legend ranked racer doesn't really mean much because there's even tiers within that system for the competitive side. But this is just kind of my own personal goal that I'm striving to get. You see, how the ranking system works in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is pretty straightforward in the sense that if you were put into a lobby with people that are higher rankings than you, whether it's their like actual points that they have or even a whole letter grade, if you beat a bunch of them in a race, you get more of the reward and actually get a pretty substantial increase in your ranking compared to races where you're against people that are your same level, or even if you're higher than others. If you're ranked higher than a lot of other people in that race and you lose, you're going to lose a significant amount of points if you come in the lower half of the placements. You work your way up from a letter grade of E all the way to A, and then from A you graduate into the legend rankings. As of this recording, I have made my way up to A-, which I think is actually pretty impressive considering out of all of the content that I've been doing here on the channel and all the focus that I've had on Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, I really haven't put a lot of time into playing online. I think a lot of it is a mental thing. If you sit down and you're just totally focused on winning, performing well, ranking up, then you can get stuck in kind of a, mindset where when you lose, you take it a lot harder, when you win, you get that pressure added for the next race. And I've kind of realized this as I play video games that I don't handle those kind of pressures as well when it comes to gaming. If it's like playing any type of competitive video game like shooter or anything like that, it also applies. Now, some other people perform better under competition. They thrive under that stress and they can really, pull something out of their pocket or their sleeve, as they say. I am not that person. I need to be of a even, balanced mindset. I have to be both focused and a bit relaxed in order to do my best, is what I've realized over the years. As soon as I started going into Sonic Racing CrossWorlds with the mindset of having fun on the online matches, my whole entire outlook and playstyle kind of changed, in which I wasn't just focused on winning, I was focused on trying out different gadgets, different characters, different builds, seeing what fit for me, and just having fun. And by doing that, I actually put in more time than I normally do online, and I actually ranked up quite quickly because I wasn't totally focused on that. And also, by doing that, I was able to learn some techniques here and there, and I found a build and loadout with characters and vehicles that I like best. So if I had to give tips on how to increase your rank in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, I think the first thing would be go in with a fun mindset. Go in thinking that you're just going to have a good time no matter what placement you're getting, and just try out different things. Try out different vehicle types, different characters, and different gadgets. And then from there, you'll figure out what works and what doesn't, and as that happens, you're also going to be improving on your mechanical skills in the game. Once you've had fun and experimented around with different things, I would then suggest starting to focus on a particular character, gadget, and vehicle that seems to be working with you. You can kind of take a mental note of what races you've been winning the most with which character, and then kind of going from there. And this is where I talked earlier, where you want to have focus and a goal, but not overstress yourself and realize this is just a video game and not get too much into your head. If you fall into that personality type, if you're one of those people that are already super competitive, and as soon as you get going, you just are able to, handle that stress, then you're probably not even listening to this video or caring, because you already know what you need to do. But for those other people that are more casual into competitive per se, that would be my second tip, is now, once you've had your fun, focus on what goals you want to achieve, whether you want to win a certain amount of races in a row, whether you want to get a certain place. That's what I did after a while. I was like, okay, as long as I'm in the top 6, I will be okay. And then from there, it's like, alright, let's try to keep it in the top 4, and then it's, alright, let's try to be in the top 3, and just kind of doing that after a while to set the standards a little bit higher and higher each time without stressing yourself out. As you're setting up these goals and these kind of builds for what type of racer you want to be, you also want to think about where you like being in a race. Do you like to be the front runner? Do you like to be bagging? Do you like to be in the middle of the pack? What I mean by that is, in these types of mascot kart racers, and you can take this even with Mario Kart as well, you get different types of power-ups depending on your placement type. If you're all the way in the front, you're not really going to get that many power-ups, and you're going to be a huge target for either blue shells, king, boom, boo, all those sorts of things. Everyone's gunning for that position, and you're going to be taken over. However, in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, you get an advantage being in first on that first lap, because you will be able to choose which CrossWorld track you go to next, which could have an advantage. Whereas if you're in the back, if you are a bagger, then you get more stronger items that you will be able to hold on to and unleash closer towards the third lap, the final lap, to really close that gap and just boost past everyone, use the monster truck, crush everybody, do the wisp, and just dash in front and warp in front of everyone. Or you can stay in the middle of the pack because you kind of want to size out your competition. You don't want to be too far back because you don't want to lose any momentum or lead, but you also don't want to be too far in the front because you don't want everyone attacking you and slowing you down. And this is where gadgets are the most handy, because they can help you kind of close the gap no matter what position you're in. If you're a bagger and you want to just keep all those strong type of power-ups, you're good to go, but maybe you're a little bit too slow and you want to still keep up with everybody but stay towards the back, then you're going to want to get some of those speed boosts or acceleration boosts. If you're in the middle of the pack, maybe you want to still get stronger power-ups as if you were in the back bagging, so then you can equip gear and gadgets that allow you to get stronger power-ups in the middle. And if you're in first, maybe you know you're going to get hit a lot, so you just want more acceleration, so you build your gadgets that way when you get hit, you have a quick time to bounce back and get back into first place. These are all strategies that you can use to your advantage while figuring out what type of racer you want to be. My last tip is never give up and just kind of play out the race. I know that sounds kind of cheesy and corny, but there's so much that happens in these Sonic Racing CrossWorlds races that you could end up being in like 6th place throughout the whole race, and then at the very last second everyone's too busy attacking each other towards the finish line and you can zoom past them and get 3rd, 2nd, even 1st place sometimes. It's happened to me, it's happened to so many other people. Yes, some people are just really good and can strategize when to do that. Others, it's luck, but anything can happen. So even if you're not doing great, you're falling off the side of the track, you keep getting hit, you're staying in the back, keep trying and keep pushing towards that finish line, because you never really know what that outcome is going to be. I do think a lot of it is just internal, right? It's about how you perceive yourself as a gamer in how you want to race and how you want to improve in the game. And since it's all internal, it's all about you, then only you can be the one to make those changes and to, you know, push yourself to a healthy amount to get better. So those are the tips I have. Like I said, I'm not a crazy competitive Sonic Racing CrossWorlds player. I'm not even in Legend ranking as of this recording yet, but I have seen improvement. I kind of wanted to share some of that casual wisdom with some of you guys out there that needed to hear it. Now I wanted to move on to some other Sonic Racing CrossWorlds kind of updates and stuff like that. The game has been doing really well since release. It's sold over 1 million copies, and because of its larger price tag being $70 to $90, which I know a lot of us are not super happy about, it has been able to stay in the market. And the best part, I think, the more important part, is people are still actively playing the game. The current player base is still there, and the game hasn't died out yet or shown any trends of dying down. Sure, it's not nearly as big as when the game first released and launched, but that's normally how these things go. And they're still trickling out different updates and also DLC content. For example, it is February. We have II from Super Monkey Ball releasing very soon, and then after that, towards the end of the month, the more anticipated Sega DLC characters, the IDW Sonic comic characters of Tangle and Whisper. I think that's going to bring a lot of people back to the game that kind of just stop playing for a little bit. They're more casual, because I know these are very important and very, how should I say, popular Sonic characters that aren't normally in the Sonic games. So a lot of folks that are more of the Sonic fans, less than the Sonic Racing CrossWorlds fans, are very excited for these characters to be added. My big thing is, although these are free DLCs, I'm very grateful for that, I am kind of upset that we don't get a free track to come with them. They normally come out with the paid season pass characters, which I'm very grateful that even if you don't have the season pass, you can still race on those tracks online. But it would be nice to get like 1 or 2 free tracks here and there to keep the game spiced up, because I am getting a little bit bored of these tracks, especially the CrossWorld tracks. We go to them all the time, and it's getting a little bit tedious, and I've already done a video on it, so I'm not going to get too much more into it, but it would be nice to get some more of those Travel Ring CrossWorld tracks. I do really hope we get something for Sonic's 35th year anniversary. As I've said in a previous video, I don't think we're getting a AAA Sonic game this year, to which a lot of you said I was crazy, and I really hope I'm wrong, and you can tell me I'm wrong if that happens. But we haven't gotten any announcements yet even, and I really do think we'll get an announcement this year, and then the game will actually release next year. So I don't think we're getting a AAA Sonic game. I really hope we get some content for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds around Sonic's 35th anniversary. I don't want it to be just decals. I think that'd be very lame, or a festival just based off of Sonic. That's a little bit better, but I would really like a big launch, a big content push for the game to celebrate Sonic's 35th. I really hope we get classic Sonic characters, such as Classic Sonic and classic looking Tails, classic looking Knuckles, Dr. Robotnik, not Dr. Eggman, and even getting stuff like Sonic R characters, like Tails doll. I think that would be crazy in celebration of Sonic's 35th anniversary. They did such a good job with the track design celebrating Sonic throughout his franchise and games, so why not do more of the classic titles, even if it's just one track. Have Lap 1 be based off of Sonic 1, Track 2 could be a CrossWorld track based off of Sonic 2, and then Track 3, the final lap, can be Sonic 3 and Knuckles, for example. Or just keep throwing out some anniversary tracks for us, not tracks like Race Course, but like music tracks as well. There's just a lot that they can do, and I really hope they capitalize on it as we lead up to June, which is Sonic's 35th anniversary. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please, once again, share your story about your journey playing Sonic Racing CrossWorlds online. What's your rank? What's your goal? Do you think these tips will help? Maybe try these tips out and then come back in a little bit and let me know how that's been going for you. Do you think Sonic Racing CrossWorlds has been a success? And then also, what do you think of the upcoming content and Sonic 35th anniversary? I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya!